Good luck, have fun. We've readied up, and we'll be off in just a couple of seconds. Okay, so on the left, as you can see, is Deph. Deph is the 21st seed, and a pretty decent player all around. He's got some pretty good PBs, 11 exit, isn't bad at 96 exit either, and no Starworld. It's just a couple of seconds up at 35. Yeah, pretty good time. And Dunkel as well is pretty accomplished in his own way. Some pretty decent times as well. I think this one could be quite close, just depending on how much either runner did. And I've been watching Deph recently, and Deph had been putting in some serious attempts. On the other hand, I haven't actually seen Dunkel stream much recently, but again, it should just be interesting to see what sort of a match this will end up being. And I've said it a lot, but we'll get to see if there are any nerves in play during Y3. Both players looking fairly comfortable right now. Haven't had any near misses. You, welcome unit. I'm going to ask rather unprofessionally, but does the stream sound okay? We've been having a couple of issues earlier, and I think I fixed it, but I'm not sure. I'm quite conscious of that. Okay, no problems there. 3Y, Y3, and I imagine Y4 will just be pretty much the same. Deph possibly attempted the shell jump. If he did, throw it to the left. This is a pretty tight frame window. It still sounds weird. How weird. This is really upsetting me because I have no idea why this is happening and I feel totally responsible. Plus, I feel even more responsible because this will be somebody's last race, and if anyone has any thoughts, just shout it out there in the chat. I'm going to try switching the audio, just in case. Let me know if that's any better. Oh, okay, is that why we have the desync? Still the same. Oh my god. Okay, I've increased the audio bit rate as high as it can go. Just there. So yeah, both runners making their way through DP1. Another pretty boring level, nothing very much going on here. They went 362 for Deph. Pretty nice. Dunkel getting a 59. Deph also has 2 roles in this race, A being a racer and B being tech support, so thank you for that. no problem in the dry room there. Grabs the shell. And Dunkel grabs that shell just a little slowly, but no worries. Absolutely lovely. 251 for Deph. Turn it down. Okay. The next couple of levels, there isn't too much going on. The first sort of major stage we have is Castle 2. Then Vanilla Dome 1 and Vanilla Secret are tricky in their own right as well. But these next couple of levels, you just gotta get through them. DP3, that can be interesting if you're going through a capeless, but both runners have their cape. A lot of people would go back for cape as well, but you know, you do have some choices there if that's the case. And I think at the moment Deph has a lead of about 3 or 4 seconds. His timer did start a bit early, but just based on his in-game times, I imagine he does have a marginal lead. Dunkel just playing it safe, doing the left right at the start. It only costs about an extra second or so, maybe a second and a half. We'll have to regain that flight speed though again. And yeah, at this point I would estimate that maybe Deph's ahead by 6 or 7 seconds. It isn't very much at this point in the race, but always nice to get some sort of time save under your belt. And as we go through DP4, hopefully both runners will remember not to grab Yoshi unless you're doing it for safe strat reasons. At this point of the run as well, there isn't usually very much going on in terms of, you know, racers diverging from each other, having major time losses, and this has been a pretty good run for both players so far. Okay, room 1, no problem for Deph whatsoever. Hopefully we'll get that Morton fly. This room 2 is pretty difficult. Ooh, unfortunately loses the P-speed trying to grab that spring. That can happen sometimes. Happens a lot more than I would like, for example. Be interesting to see what cycle. Oh, and just Dunkel as well having a bit of an issue keeping flight in Morton's here. Probably going to get the same cycle as Deph. The nerves? Yeah. I can understand if you're nervous. Okay, Dunkel just taking it a little bit slow here. I think lost an extra cycle in Deph. So a nifty little time save for Deph Dome. Dunkel still having a pretty decent run, nothing major so far. Okay, so, just needed to be slightly careful there not to get frame ruled by the Buzzy Beetles. Thankfully didn't, getting a 382. Even though Vanilla Dome 1 is particularly difficult, it does feel good to get it out of the way, because one small slip, you're possibly running by all over the place trying to regain speed speed. Not a good situation to be in a race. And, was doing pretty well there, in Vanilla Secret. but making a decent decision here in my opinion, going and getting that cape. Just needs to be careful not to get hit again. Ooh, that was close. Very close to losing that second cape. Okay, it's Dunkel's turn now. Loses that P-speed. I'm not sure if Dunkel just knows the start of this level, or whether that was a mistake. But probably will gain some time for Deph in this level. Though struggling just a little bit with these cookies. Nothing too major. And the springboards, they're always pretty tricky as well. Highly dependent on how the screen scrolls there. I suppose it's just something that you have to... I don't know, it's very hard to explain. But you just get a feeling for how it works. Yep, Deph's still comfortably ahead here by about a flyover level. Although, in the grand scheme of things, not too much. It looks like Dunkel is having a slightest bit of frustration there. Crouches at the start of Vanilla Secret 2 there, for missing that flight. It's really nothing major, I wouldn't worry about it. And yes, this is the boring section of the run. This is where you can go to sleep and wake up in a couple of levels' time and something interesting might be happening. We have Vanilla Fort, which, even though it's a water level, in my unpopular opinion, I think it's sort of fun to do. And then we have Butterbridge 1, clearly the most difficult level in the entire game. But yes, this, like I say, this is the flyover section of the run, and you do some swimming as well. It gets pretty spicy whenever it gets to Castle 4, Castle 5, Force of Illusion 1, 2... Ooh, there's so much just ahead of them, and albeit cliche, this is the calm before the storm. I would estimate that Deph is probably about 50 seconds ahead at this point. Pretty decent lead. Hopefully we will not be... Oh dude, that is pretty unfortunate to say the least. Probably the second worst place to die in terms of time loss. Very, very unfortunate. Yet it's interesting to see, even with such a major blow, not even really that far behind. Now, not having that Fireflower and, well, he's currently Big Mario at the moment. He can pick up a cape for free in Butterbridge 1, and there is that Freedom Cape at the start of Butterbridge 2 as well. You don't need any power-ups, it's just sort of given to you at the start. Okay, pretty safe wee blue from Dunkel, but pretty decent play all around. Okay, hopefully this time will go better. Ooh, getting sort of bonked by that platform. Yeah, not to worry. It's about a 20-second lead that Dunkel has. Can get that cape in the next level, but if Dunkel manages to keep that Fireflower all the way to Castle 4 under the Ludwig fight, another 12 or so seconds that can be saved. That fight's a lot slower without fire. So again, as usual, there's there's nothing too much that could be said about this level except just don't die. We've pretty much had the second worst level to die in, and this one, depending on where you would die, would be the worst. Slightly trickier for Deph. Deph doesn't have a cape, but shouldn't pose too much of an issue. Deph has got that shell. It looks like he may be attempting one of the dupes. Possibly going to try and get a backup cape. Another alternative to that would be to grab the cape and then just take a shell over the goal line, which he might be doing. And I think it's time that you grab that shell. Yeah, or that cape. Yep. Grabbing that safety one up though. Why not? I'm hoping that Deph knows about taking a shell over the line. Might as well. It's a completely free cape. Got that shell though. It looks like he will be taking it over the goal line. So yeah, not an awful position really. Again, the fire floor is probably the most annoying thing about it, other than, the minute time loss. But not that far behind. Forest of Illusions coming up, and that's pretty much what will be... It'll be one of the main factors in deciding what way this run's going to go. Dunkel having a pretty good race though, I have to say. Probably quite pleased with his performance. Okay, Castle 4, pretty interesting level. There are a couple of difficult strats. Be interesting to see the approach that Dunkel takes in room 2. Will he take the fire flower? I think he won't. We'll just be taking the start of room 2 slowly. Probably a good idea. Yeah, just taking the safe approach. It's pretty reasonable. Okay, it's Deph's turn. Oh, and has to go back to the button. That's no problem. Ooh, bit close after that second hit, but a very good room 2 from Deph. Probably going to save some time over Dunkel, with the exception of the fire flower. I think some very good fences though. Doing my fence is a shame. So yeah, look at that. Other than not having the fire flower, pretty much caught up again. Now because Deph doesn't have a fire flower, will be attempting a cycle skip, which can be achieved by hitting Ludwig in the air, which he got. So we're minimizing the time loss of not having a fire flower there. We'll get to see... Yeah, I'd say probably about 20 seconds in it still. About 22 seconds. Yeah, that door fly was pretty cool. And that's a good thing, even though, it's slightly faster, but it actually looks more consistent as well. Okay, so Dunkel grabbing Yoshi. The Yoshi will be Forest of Illusion 2. Hopefully both players will get good clips. Deph grabbing that Yoshi slightly faster than Dunkel, maybe you will save a second or so. Oh, and I forgot, gets that fire flower, very nice. Very nice backup. And nearly gets hit by that Koopa. Thankfully doesn't. And it looks like it's Dunkel's turn to go into Forest of Illusion 2. Wishing both runners all the best. Oh, and Dunkel's waiting. It looks like Dunkel's just going to go for easy clip. Not even attempting the hard clip. Not unreasonable. This could end up being a really good thing, but also a really bad thing, just depending on how Deph will clips, and Deph will definitely go for the hard clip. Oh, one was just slightly too early there. Oh, that's unfortunate. I think he had the right Y position. Just not far enough left. Again, had the correct Y position. Definitely dropped at the right time. Just not far enough left. And again. Oh, it's unfortunate to get it that time and not actually get in there. It gets kicked out. Although, one sort of area of reprieve for Deph is that Dunkel has lost his cape. Finally gets in there. That's good to see. I don't want to see either runner have their run suffered just because clips are being annoying. Yep, Dunkel going back for that cape, so I imagine coming out of FY2, Deph could even be ahead. We'll see. No, I imagine Dunkel will have a lead of still by about 2 or 3 seconds. Yeah, for sure. That's why you need to have a speed tile. Anytime I'm racing or doing RTAs, I always have a tile or something next to me, just your hands get quite sweaty quite easily. And there's a difference of about 12 seconds in this. I'm hoping the Castle 5 goes well for each player. This is a very, very costly Deph. Wow, that was very close for Dunkel. Congrats. Okay. Oh wow, a very, 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 very close right fly from both of them. That could have been pretty disastrous. Beauty nubs. Ooh, nearly misses the fireflower. Gets it though. And with that is solidly back to lead. Deph has his cape. No longer needs that fireflower, probably will. Grab it back up at the end of Chocolate Island 1. Back in a good position here. It's pretty unfortunate for Dunkel. Again, that second part of the Roy fly can sort of just hit you unexpectedly. You're so relieved to get that first part over, if you end up just damage boosting off those spikes and losing your power-ups. So it's going to be interesting to see the approach that Dunkel takes to the power-up shortage, whether he goes back or not. I think in general I do actually recommend it. Deph was attempting a pipe fly, doesn't get it unfortunately. Still getting the backup from it if you don't get it is pretty simple. Yep, going back to Butterbridge 2 to get that cape. And Nella Smoke. Look at this, Deph. You've got the appreciation and respect of Twitchmaster. Even if you go on to lose this race, I think that's a win. Deph just making his way through Chocolate Ghost House, no problem. Ended up coming down a little bit early, but pretty much, you know, no biggie. Trying to get that door fly though. Oh, and gets it! Oh! There's me thinking he killed it. Never mind. Yeah, at least you didn't wall clip. Oh, wall clipping in that is just too depressing. Happened to me the other day in a race with Steven as well. Yeah, Dunkel. Una is handy. You're getting the best cape in the entire game. Cape's so good that it can sometimes be a fireflower, a mushroom, or a one-up also. And a spring. Ooh, that was... okay, yeah. Okay, we're in there. That's good. It was looking a bit sketchy for a moment. Just waiting on that boo line thing. And shoutouts to Steven, Steven Strat, BS1. Ooh. Okay, interesting. Doesn't get the midway point, but hopefully won't be needing it. Oh, wow! That is a moment. Please someone clip that. Wow. That's unfortunate. The bouncy shell of doom. Wow. I'm only laughing because you know, again, to be cliche, you could not do that if you tried. Or you could, but probably not easily. And that's why you get the Unicape. Yeah, funny enough, Deph, I saw it coming as well, even though I didn't believe it would happen, because, like, how the hell? Okay, Castle 6 time, probably will be attempting Crusher Skip. Fortunately, having to wait on that first one. Ooh, that was... yeah, just gonna have to wait. Just gonna have to wait a little bit extra. No problem though. Deph seems to be playing really, really well at the moment. In general. Sorry if that... Commentator's curse. Commentator's curse. Clearly. They react well to the end of Wendy's. Very good. Nearly gets hit as well by that little Sparky. And thankfully for Deph, keeping the cape out of this level, very, very important, or if not the cape, at least having a mushroom. Pretty much the last pretty free place for pretty much the last free place for one of those capes is in Sunken Ghost Ship, which is the next level. Also very good to have two capes because damage boosts are an option then. Well, at least you didn't really fail it. I consider getting the cycle skip and not dying to be a success most of the time. It is a tough room. Dunkel is just having a shot at it. Unfortunately, does have to wait. that cycle skip could still be made. It would be pretty damn impressive. Again, Deph with a sizable lead at the moment. It would take something pretty scary to put him back, but that's not to say it can't happen. With some pretty difficult levels coming up. Valley Bowser 1 is difficult for a couple of reasons, and mostly not. Okay, just hold on, hold on. Finishing up that fight there. Very nice. Deph will be taking that damage, but it's not waiting in that blue ring. I'd say at this point, Deph commands a lead of about a minute 50. Ooh, I'm playing it really, really safe. So safe that he gets hit. Okay, this is a situation at least. I imagine Deph will go back. There are definitely plenty of arguments for continuing ahead. But this is interesting. Will Deph go back and get a cape? Yes, does go back to get the cape. I think that's a sensible option, honestly. Especially with Dunkel not having a cape at the moment. I personally would be tempted to go ahead capeless, but that wouldn't necessarily be a good percentage play. You're just putting your run at risk if you do that. And of course, getting this cape looks still ahead by over a minute. Yeah, a sort of unfortunate thing to do at the end of DunkelGotik. Okay, just being careful. The hitboxes in these moles are awful. It's very, very easy for your hitbox and their hitbox to just merge, and then you have no cape. That's why you either want to damage boost through them, or not damage boost, but like invincibility boost through them, or just slow down. Okay, I imagine Deph feeling a bit better about his situation now. Got 2 capes. It's always nice to have that back up. And Dunkel at least got that mushroom as well. That'll allow him to go back for cape if he so pleases. Again, probably recommended. Meanwhile, Deph making it play. Okay, it's a good save. I managed to keep the neutral speed and not get hit, so that's something at least. Based on the spin jump at the end, it looks like that possibly was an attempt at sandbar clip. Thankfully not dying though, that's the most important thing. Dunkel going ahead without cape. At this point, not unreasonable. If you've any hopes of bringing this back, you're probably not wanting to go back and play it safe. Just hammer on through. Just try and save a second or two wherever you can. Okay, that was a thing. I'm hoping for Deph that he got the checkpoint. He did. Still has the cape. No problem. I didn't see that coming. Although I was a bit worried when I reposted in chat during the middle of the level. Dunkel getting slightly lost here. Probably just best to damage boost through that guy. You can pick up a free mushroom at the end. But inevitably Dunkel has tightened that gap quite a bit. Yeah, Deph, at a certain point in the sandbar, you pretty much just want to hold right. I've just died so many times in that way. Yeah, unfortunately I saw that one happening. Okay, just hold it together. Dunkel has a decent chance here, though. Getting that power up probably makes a bit of sense. Deph keeps going back for that backup cape. Probably a good thing as well. Only you would do that. You see, you're posting again in the middle of your race. What has happened? Okay. Every time you type, I'm thinking, oh dear, is that a Deph? Is that a Deph? Wow, you've pretty much narrowed it to, let's see, potentially one cycle of sandbar, but probably two. Looks like Dunkel's going for it. Has to go back though, otherwise that was a Deph. Nice reaction from Dunkel. Yes, this race is within 2 cycles of sandbar again. Can you believe it? And I would imagine at this point, Dunkel will have been watching the stream. It looks like Dunkel's been adjusting the strats based on position. Also, Deph, every time you do unnecessary scary things in sandbar, I get scared. Just hold right. I mean, even though that would have been my least favorite part of the tournament, it might have also been my most favorite part. Going down the hole. God. Oh my word. And it's always pretty scary when the only thing that's going to decide this will be Valley Fort. What is it with the risky strats? Wow! Wow, that was going really well. Thankfully pulls back. That was definitely a Deph. That was a very nice sport though, up to that point. Very scary as well. Ooh, I nearly gets hit by that fireball. Oh, wow. It's not over yet though, I promise you. We need to both players just need to get through Fort. Dunkel just taking it slow there. Every second counts at this point. Also just taking it a bit safe in Resnor. What a race. What a race. I'm just gonna switch to the audio here quickly. Okay, Deph won't be going for Cape Kill obviously in the first cycle here. Okay, just hold it together. Yes. Be interesting to see what Dunkel does here. Dunkel's watching the stream, might attempt Cape Kill, try and bring this back. Or the win. Let's see. Looks like just taking the normal approach to the fight. It's not unreasonable. Oh, and just approaching this fight in pretty much the glitchless way. 2 hits per phase, not bringing any Mega Koopas over. Dunkel rejects the pity shroom though. He says, no thanks, Buzzer. Dunkel's not a charity piss. He doesn't want Bowser handouts. fifth and penultimate hit for Deph. One more hit. That's GG. Goes final cape kill. Gets it. And comes first with 40 minutes and 13th second. And oh yeah, that's SDA, and the race time was 40:16. Congratulations, Deph. GG on the win. It's pretty scary at the end, but I just want to say, like, massive shout out to Dunkel. Dunkel did very well there. But yeah, I'm sad to say that unfortunately this will be Dunkel's last race. Will be the 7th person out of the tournament, but has done incredibly well. I think this might be Dunkel's first SMW tournament as well. A very, very good performance. And Dunkel's finished with a improves from a 45 minute and 43 to 41 himself. Congratulations, Dunkel, on the second place. And commiserations, you nearly got there. So yeah, guys, there won't be any post-stream interviews, unfortunately. Neither really wish to do that. But I'll see if I can sort of fill in the gaps. I imagine Deph was starting to feel pretty concerned after a couple of things just in Sandbar, 2 deaths in Sandbar. Loses cape at the end of Stuck and Go ship as well, which was a scary moment. Although thankfully goes back. It's definitely the best decision in that scenario. And I really do think Dunkel's done quite well. Let's see, what is... yeah, Dunkel had a 39-minute PB. On the flip side, Deph 36 something. Let's see. Well, that's improved. A couple of days ago. Yeah, 36 I think. But I just want to thank both of you guys so much. Special shout outs to Dunkel as well. I'm sad that this will be the last race, but I'm hoping to see you for the post show. Post show is going to be jam packed full of stuff for everybody. A lot of fun, some serious stuff, but mostly a lot of fun. I want to say massive thanks to Deph, not least for the race, but also the hard work that's been put in, which hasn't even been asked for. The initiative has been so appreciated. I never have to ask for a single thing to be done. Deph's always on it, updating things, restreaming. So yeah, it's really appreciated. So we're going to just see the credits out, see the rest of the restream. Oh, and actually, I suppose one other thing to mention, FOI2. Ooh, that's a bit scary at times. Again, one of the major reprieves from Deph's perspective would have been that Dunkel unfortunately lost cape. No worries. I apologise if there were any issues at the start and probably the whole way through, but we're going to get on top of that for next time. Right, as it stands, we have one race scheduled for tomorrow. That race will be between... Panda Bear 314 and Laurie. That's going to be at 3 PM EST. That's 9 PM Central European Time. I'm wishing both players the best of luck, and Laurie will have to put in some work. Panda has been around for a long time, a very, very good player indeed. And I think even though Laurie has just pretty much started with this game, has been doing so well, yeah, show a lot of guts. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling, because I'm about 39 hours into having no sleep. Probably hence why my commentary game wasn't so good still. I'm going to leave you guys with, again, major thanks to everybody involved. And we're looking for a target. Let's have a look. GG, guys. And congratulations to Deph once again on the victory. And Deph will be going on to face Slice Mage in the LR2 bracket. So good luck with that to both runners. I'm very much looking forward to that. And let's see, who are we? Everyone, show him your best orbs and different things. Alright guys, thank you very much. Take care. And he's not even live. Okay, who's Mr. Cobb? We're gonna host Mr. Cobb. Wait, what?